Hi and welcome to morning stretching, and in between the exercises I'm trying to read and learn the structure of the heart, and participating in the exercises is at your own risk, and the structure of the heart and this whole video is about the blood system. So let's start with the first exercise. We're having the legs standing wide apart, the torso pointing to the outside. We are breathing in and out again, and in, out, and again in, and out, again in, and out, and one more time all that, so in, out, and in, out. Now we are closing our legs, and this was the opening exercise. Now we always breathe in through the nose, deep into the chest, and out through the mouth. So breathe deep in through the nose, into the chest, and out through the mouth. Now to the structure of the heart. And the source is an article of the British Heart Foundation. And the two sections we're going through are called structure of the heart and layers of the heart. So to the structure of the heart. Here's written, your heart has 4 important areas. So they say the heart has 4 important areas. Chambers of the heart. Your heart has a left side and a right side. They are separated by a thin muscular wall called the septum. So the heart is separated in the middle by the septum. It's a thin muscular layer, a muscular wall called septum. It has a left side and a right side. And both sides have an upper chamber and a lower chamber. So the heart has a left and right side. It's now not said what the left and right side is, but it has also then an upper and a lower chamber. So it's split like this into 4 chambers. And the next exercise. Now we're having the legs standing a bit less wide apart than the last time, but still a bit more than shoulder width wide apart. We are breathing in and bring our arms up. And out, and we're going to the side. And we're breathing in and open the rib cage. So breathe in and out. And again in and out, back into the middle. And we're breathing in and out. And again in and open the rib cage. So in and out. And again in and out, back into the middle. So the heart has 4 important areas. They are separated in the middle in 2 sides. One of them is right, one is left, by a thin muscular wall, which is called septum. And then it's also another time split into upper and lower part. The 2 upper chambers are called the left atrium and the right atrium. So these 2 upper chambers, this and this one, are called together atria. So atria, these 2, atria, and they are left and right atrium. We haven't said which one is left and which right from what perspective. So there are 2 chambers up on top, and they are left and right atrium. Together they are atria. These are 2 atrias, and they are left and right atria. Now the next exercise, we're having the legs standing again, a bit more than shoulder wide apart, and we are breathing in and out, and one hand slides down the leg and shoulder stays down. And we're breathing in and out, and the arm comes up. And we're breathing again in and out the rib cage. So breathe in and out. And again in and out. And now to the other side. So we're breathing in and out, and one hand slides down the leg. And we're breathing in again and out, and the arm comes up. And breathe in again and open the rib cage. So breathe in and out. And again in and out back into the middle. So the heart is into the left and the right side, splitted by a thin muscular wall which is called septum, and then each of these sides, the left and the right side, have an upper and a lower part, and these two upper parts are the atria, and that's one of them is the left atrium and the other one the right atrium. And two atriums are one atria. So the plural of atrium is atria. They receive blood flowing into the heart. So the blood flows into the atria, is written here. The two lower chambers are called the left ventricle and the right ventricle. So we're having the heart split into four parts. The two upper ones are the atria, left and right atrium, and the lower ones are the ventricles. The left and right ventricle, and the plural is ventricles. So left and right ventricle, and together they are the ventricles. These are the atriums, these are the ventricles. And they pump blood out of the heart. So into the two atria, the blood comes in, and into the two ventricles goes the blood out. So into the atrium and out through the ventricles. And the next exercise. Now we're having the feet standing together. We are breathing in and lifting our arms up. And out, and one hand comes down. And we're breathing in and reaching to both hands. So breathe in and reach. And out. And again in. And out. And again in and reach. So in. And out. And another one out. So breathe in. And out. And breathe in and reach. And out. And again in. And out. And again in and reach. And out back into the middle. And we're done. So the heart has four chambers, the two atria, left and right atrium, and two ventricles, left and right ventricle, and in the atriums comes the blood in, and through the ventricles out. Atrium in, and V lauen the other way out. And now we have three layers of the heart. Layers of the heart. Your heart is made up of three layers of muscle tissue. So three layers outside of the heart. In the middle there's the septum of the heart, and separating it into one part is left and one is right. So the first layer is pericardium, which is a thin outer lignin that protects and surrounds the heart. So on the outside there's a pericardium. Then we have a myocardium, which is a thick muscular middle layer that squeezes, contracts, and relaxes to pump blood of the heart to the rest of your body. So on the outside the pericardium, and then we have a myocardium. The pericardium is thin, but then we have a thick myocardium, and the myocardium can contract and relax again, and that makes the heart pump, and that is doing the job. To pump blood of the heart to the rest of your body, that's the myocardium. And then we have the endocardium, which is again thin, inner layer, and makes up the lignin of the four chambers and the valves in your heart. So we have on the outside the pericardium, which is thin and protects us. Then we have a very strong myocardium, which is thick. And then we have at the end and the inside of the whole heart, the endocardium. So pericardium, myocardium, and the endocardium. The pericardium is thin, and we have a very strong and thick myocardium, and again at the end, the endocardium in the inside of the heart, protecting the last bastion, the endocardium. And we go on to the next exercise. Now we're having the legs standing wide apart. We are breathing in and out, and we're diving down. And we're breathing in and out. We're going to one leg. And we're breathing in again. And out we're changing to one leg. And we're breathing in again. And out we're changing back to the first leg. And breathe in again. Then out, now change to the other leg again. And breathe in again. And out into the middle. We are breathing in. And out, we're coming up slowly, up and around back, and making at the top a backward shoulder roll. So the layers of the heart are pericardium on the outside, thin, strong myocardium, contracting and relaxing to make the heart pump, and at the end, the endocardium. And the next exercise. Now we're having the legs standing together. We are breathing in. And out, and we're diving down again. And we're breathing again deep in. And out. And again in. And out. And in. And out, we're coming up slowly, round back and making it the top and backwards, shoulder roll. And we're going to the garden pose. Now we're having the toes pointing to the outside and an ulnar length space between the heels. We are breathing in and lifting the arms over the head. And out, and we're going down and we're placing the elbows against the insides of the knees and we're pressing a bit against them. And we're breathing in and coming tall up with the back. And out, we're going with the back up. And in again. And out, back into the garden pose. And breathe in again and come tall up. And out, we're going with the back. And in. And out, back into the garden pose. And now, we're breathing in and we're breathing out again. We're coming up in one slow and straight line. So breathe in. And out, and we're coming up slowly in one straight line. And we're having just the last exercise. Now we're having a good standing leg. And we're placing the heel of the lower leg above the knee of the standing leg. Do this only if you can do it without injuring your knee. We are breathing in. And out, and we're going down into the seahorse pose. So, the heart. The heart has 3 layers. The outside, the pericardium, which is thin and protects the heart. Then we have a very strong myocardium, which contracts and relaxes. And then we have at the end, on the inside, the endocardium. And the heart is separated into a left and a right side by the septum in the middle. And every left and right side has an upper and lower chamber. And we're coming up again, changing the legs. Is separated, so the heart is separated by the septum in the middle, in the left and the right side. And each of these left and right side has an upper and a lower chamber. And the 2 upper chambers are the atria, and the lower chambers the ventricles. And so there's a right atrium and left atrium, the atria, and there's a left ventricle and a right ventricle, and they are the ventricles. And the blood comes into the atrium, into the atria, and goes out through the ventriculars. And when I see those pause, I'm going to look for the name. It's a ventricle, and they are the ventricles. Ventricles. And just the closing exercise, we are breathing in and out. In, and out, and in, out, in, out. And now we are closing our legs and we are done with the morning stretching. So the heart has 3 layers, the pericardium, thin at the outside, the very strong myocardium, contracting and relaxing, and the thick, strong myocardium, and then the endocardium at the end. And the heart is separated in the middle into left and right part by the septum, and then there's every left and right side has an upper and a lower part. 2 upper ones are the atria, where the blood comes in, atrium left and right away, and then there are left ventricles left and right, and where the blood comes out through these ventricles. This is the structure of the heart. Thank you very much, and until next time.